Inasmuch as I am not the repository of all knowledge, I have what is called a blue ribbon advisory board here at Dr. Phil. I mean, top minds in psychology, psychiatry, medicine, sociology, theology, nursing, all different disciplines, that if I have a complex situation or circumstance, I can reach out and talk to these professionals and get their input on things. And one of the people on my advisory board is Dr. Philip Zimbardo. And he's famous for a lot of things. And one of them was something called the prison studies that were done at Stanford University back in the 70s. Now, there have been movies made about this, but they got a group of students and said, okay, we're going to do a prison study, and you can choose. You want to be a guard or you want to be an inmate. And this is going to run for a couple of weeks here. And they had to stop the study after 6 days because those that took on the role of guard got so power crazed being in the role of guard, they became so abusive with that power that they literally had to go in and stop it. And those that were in the inmate roles, some of them were so impacted that they were in therapy for years to come, damaged and changed. I bring that up because you can't take young people, particularly males at that age who have testosterone running through their veins, and give them unchecked power without adult supervision, somebody to pump the brake and say, hey, calm down, because you don't know who these young men are. What we do know is their brains aren't through growing until they're 25, 30, 35. And the last part that grows is the neocortex, which is the executive functions, where that's impulse control, the ability to predict the consequences of their actions. And you give them power, and it goes to their head. And if they also happen to be someone that was bullied in their lives, and now it's my turn, and they get caught up in it, they're show-offs, they're trying to distinguish themselves in front of others, and then you get a mob mentality going. And what could possibly go wrong here? That's why you have to have responsible adults who don't allow that abuse to take place. That's why they're called coaches, advisors, commanding officers, supervisors, whatever. And they're the ones that make sure that if somebody does identify something, that they're not subject to retaliation, that they don't pay a higher price for calling out something that needs to be called out, that you reward good behavior, not bad behavior. You need to be the one that steps up and stands beside Jonathan and says, stop, we're not doing this. That steps up beside Isaiah and says, keep your hands off him. This is not what we do with teammates. What would that have meant to you if somebody had stepped up and said, hey, no, back off, he's one of us?
It would have meant the world to me. I might have still been there. I might have got to play football and achieve my dream if someone had just intervened and stopped it.
And too much of that is happening in America right now, where we're remaining silent so other people can be comfortable. We're not doing the right things here. We're letting the loudest voice control the narrative. We can't do that. And I know it's not much consolation to you, but this is going to be a blink in the eye of your life. And you're going to look back on this and you're going to find that you had the courage to stand up against this.